Hey everybody, welcome to the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And my next guest coming up today is somebody who kind of guided the first half of this year for me. She told me to stay focused. She told me to not get overwhelmed. She reminded me to breathe. She did everything except tell me to eat, because clearly I don't have anybody that needs to tell me to eat. But I did those things and we've had some amazing stuff happen. I'm in my first best-selling book, Impact, with 29 amazing authors from all over the country and some out of the country. And I have to thank Jen Duplessis for allowing me to be a part of Impact. Go check it out. It's on Amazon. But, you know, none of this stuff would have happened if I didn't have the right guidance, the right advice. And I've had great people in my corner. And the guest coming up next is one of those persons that when I first met her, I went, what does 9 have to do with anything? Cindy Van Arnam, what's happening?
Oh, I'm so excited to be here, and congratulations on the book.
Thank you so much. See, focus, breathing, don't get overwhelmed. Listen to your, see, I listen. I'm a good student.
I love it. You are a good student.
Now, really quickly, because we already talked before school started, before this 9 at 9 kicked off, that Alan, our producer, is going to be rude at 9:09, no matter how good this conversation is, and cut us off. So before that happens, let's take a minute just to tell people what you do, that I took the advice from you.
Yeah, I'm a quantum numerologist and wealth activator. So I play with numbers to help us guide our life and leverage the energies to our advantage. So quantum numerology, it's not woo-woo, it's not magical. I'm not a psychic. Everything in our physical reality has a numerical code to it. It's math. And so when I look at that, and I've been trained for several years in this, and when I can look at your date of birth, I can tell you who you are, what you're meant to do here, how you're meant to show up in the world, and how to leverage that to your advantage so that you can be as successful as you desire to be.
See, all that to me just says, just listen to Cindy. You know, if you guys want to know our history, I mean, go and look at some of the previous interviews. She's been hanging out with us for over a year now, thank goodness. You know, she was our rising star, and she really is rising. You changed your business. You're expanding your world. What's going on?
Yeah, lots has changed in the last year. I went from 6 years ago being a virtual assistant and helping people build the back end of their systems, to then working as an operations manager for several different clients, to now being solely partnered up with who used to be my business mentor and spiritual mentor. And she taught me numerology. She taught me wealth activation. She taught me universal laws. And now we've partnered together, and I am her chief operations officer, and we're building something quite magical together. So I'm really excited for that.
So what's coming up next? I mean, is there something big coming? Do I need to know? Do I have to wait? You know, I don't do waiting well.
Well, there's 2 things available right now. You
Okay.
can learn numerology. So you can actually take the foundation numerology course right now, and Mastering the Brain Game, which has been my baby. I took Mastering the Brain Game 3 years ago, and it completely changed my life. It made me understand how the brain operates, how our emotions operate, and how to use our emotions to our advantage, to leverage that to work to our advantage. We're not at the whim of our emotions. We actually get to choose them. And this course really helped me to understand that. And I became obsessed with it. I want the whole world to know that brain gaming is a household verb, and that when we can understand how our emotions work to our advantage, we can create magic in this world.
But most people feel like life is something that happens to us. It's not
Most people
something we
do.
can control,
Yeah.
right? Is that true?
No. And control isn't the right word. So it's not about controlling our emotions. It's about the flow of our emotions. So science has actually proven that if we were to sit with our emotions for 15 minutes without judgment, as in, well, I shouldn't be feeling this way, and it's bad to feel mad, and I need to, we've been taught to numb it, dumb it, drug it, Netflix it, alcohol it,
Right.
feed it, right?
Right.
But if we can
right.
just sit with it and love ourselves anyway, that emotion will naturally move. Emotion, energy in motion. It's meant to move. But with the judgment of it, of, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way, we immediately trap it in the body and we hold on to it, and it doesn't move, which causes stress and all sorts of other things that nobody wants. So it's really important that we learn how to navigate these emotions and understand them from an intellectual perspective, but also understanding how those emotions move in the body. And that gives us the ability to allow them to move out and transmute them into something else.
See, she comes in here. She knows I went to Chicago Public Schools. She says things like transmute, which means I'll be getting the dictionary out after this is over. Don't text me. Don't tell me. Look, just leave me alone. Let's talk about, I love being with Cindy. We just crack up and have a good time. Let's talk about, we're in July. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things I want to touch real quick before we get cut off. We're in July. Let's talk about what's coming up, but a little bit about the fact that in a way the world is opening, but in some ways, like they just gave us a travel advisory in the US that they don't want us going to Europe right now. But at the same time, Canada's saying August 9th, we can come to Canada. So, people are scared to leave their front door. What's your feeling about what's going on right now and what's going on for the rest of the year?
Well, I can't tell you what global events are going to occur. What I can tell you is that they're going to get even messier and potentially more chaotic. But here's where the invitation is. And this ties into the conversation about understanding your emotions. When you choose to be safe, when you choose to feel safe, when you choose to feel free, when you choose to feel wealthy, whatever those emotions that you want to feel, when you start choosing those and you align with those, it doesn't matter what's happening outside of you. It doesn't matter what the world is doing. What's happening in the world right now is we are being evolved as humanity. Humanity is being asked to step up. And in that stepping up, it's going to require us to release a lot of these control structures that are occurring. The healthcare system, the political system, you name it. There's so many systems that are attempting to control humanity. Yeah. And so the invitation here is for us to start going within and being the hero of our own story and really understanding that you're the generator of your own safety. Safety is not coming from outside of you. Just look at what happened in the last year and a half. Wealth is not coming from outside of you. It's coming from inside you. So all of those things is we're being invited as humanity to step into that and to start creating our own freedom.
Every time you're on, I learned something new. And we did the show notes, the magazine. We did a little teaser issue a few months back. And I asked you want to be a contributing writer? And you said, yeah, I definitely want to be a part of that. And we kept moving the date around and moving the date around. There it is. And we're coming out with volume 2 in September at an event called Secret Knock that I'm going to be speaking at. We're going to actually print those bad boys and hand them out. I'm so happy you're going to be a part of this journey with us. Your specialty is, entrepreneurs like myself, I have to say. And I'm really happy to have you, just be in my corner, be that little voice that says, breathe. I'll get a Facebook message from you that goes, breathe. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's
just
cool.
Breathe. Just breathe.
You're amazing, Cindy. Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you. How do they find you?
Just Google me. It's easy. CindyVanArnam.com. I'm everywhere.
She's everywhere. She really is. And you really want her in your camp. I'm so glad you're a part of our camp. Thanks for coming on and just clearing. Really, Alan? Really? I was this close to being done. Hey, Cindy, thank you so much for being on, hanging out with us. I know you'll come back and we'll talk about wrapping up the year or something, or the new issue of the magazine. You're the best, and 9 is becoming my favorite number. Hey, everybody, I'm glad you watched today. I hope you'll watch next time. And as always, I'm Tigo, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.